Welcome to the channel. Strand 9 question number 6 part C, the final question of the 2024 Fiji Year 12 certificate examination. For what value of x will the volume of the open box be a maximum? For maxima and minima questions for optimization, we have to solve dv over dx equal to 0. The differentiated function equal to 0. When we solve that, then we can optimize. So the equation we got in the previous question was the first derivative of the volume function was 1080 minus 276x plus 12x squared. For optimization, first derivative equal to 0, we have to solve that. So that equation is equal to 0. That's a quadratic equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c. So the values of a, b, c we identify and then use in the quadratic formula. So the values of a, b and c to use in our quadratic formula is a is equal to 12, the coefficient of x squared, b is equal to negative 276, the coefficient of x. So not forgetting the minus sign. If this was a plus, then this would have been positive, but we carry the minus sign from the equation. C, the constant term is 1080, that's positive. That minus sign is for that term, not for this one over here. So after identifying our a, b and c value, we apply that to the quadratic formula. The question did give a hint that you can use the quadratic formula, and the quadratic formula was given in this question. So let's start by writing the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula was given in this question. Didn't have to struggle hard to recall the memorized formula. X equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac whole thing over 2a. So we plug in those values of a, b and c into the formula. So therefore your x is equal to minus of negative 276. Plus or minus means we're going to get two values. Square root of b squared, that means negative 276 squared. The negative sign comes inside the bracket, minus 4 times a, the value of a is 12, and that multiplied by c. The value of c is 1080. And then the whole thing, the entire thing over 2 multiplied by a. The value of a is 12, so 2 times 12. So use a calculator to simplify. Now over here, minus and negative. A minus and a negative becomes positive, so that becomes 276 plus and minus square root of. Simplify that using the calculator. What do we get? So inside the square root we get 24,336, the whole thing divided by 12. Now we're going to get two x values. The first x value will be 276 plus, we follow the plus sign, and then the square root of that, which is 156. Apologies about small error. That 12 should be 24. So 2 multiplied by 12, the denominator will be 24. So this mistake over here shows how important it is to be consistent from one step to another step. So square root of that gives you 156, and that divided by 24. Your second x value, your x2, will be equal to 276. First we follow the plus sign, now we follow the minus sign. Minus 156 divided by 24. So your first x value is equal to it is equal to 18, and the second x value we get over here is equal to 5. So x would be either 18 or 5. Now for optimization, the question is asking for what value of x will the volume of the open box be maximum. So we can't leave the answer like that, because the question is asking which one of the value gives you the maximum volume. So in the volume formula, you substitute 18 and you substitute 5 and see which of those yields or gets us the maximum volume. It's a little bit of work required over there. So let's find V of 18. That means substitute 18 in the original volume formula and see what volume we get. So here we write the formula of the volume replacing x with 18. So in the original volume formula, if you substitute 18, 1080x minus 138x squared plus 4x to the power of 3, replacing x with 18, we get the answer as negative 1944. We get the volume as negative 1944. And then now we see when we substitute 5. Remember, we got two x values, 18 and 5. Now we substitute 5 in the original volume formula and see how much do we get, what volume quantity we get. So when we substitute 5 in place of x in the original volume equation, 1080 multiplied by 5 minus 138 times 5 squared plus 4 times 5 to the power of 3, we get the volume equal to 2450 centimeter cubed, both of them in centimeter cubed. So which x value gets us more volume? Maximum means greater volume. V of 18 is giving us negative 1944 centimeter cubed, and the volume when the x value is equal to 5 gives us a volume of positive 2450. So the answer over here is this one over here. Now our answer needs to be presentable. Don't leave your working out just there. The examiner wants to see whether you have identified the correct answer. So the correct answer over here, the answer is x is equal to 5 centimeters gives maximum volume. X is equal to 5 centimeters gives us the maximum volume. So that's what the examiner is looking forward for. This was a question worth 3 marks. So make sure you show all your working out so that even if your final answer is wrong, you get partial marks awarded for correct working out. Make sure you do your exam well. Focus during the exam. Every number, every step. Read the questions carefully. Skip the difficult questions and try to come back to it if you have time remaining at the end. Use your calculators properly and wisely so that you get the correct answers. Do not leave any multiple choice questions blank. Even if you don't know the answer, make a sensible guess. Do not leave any multiple choice questions empty. Make an attempt. Try to achieve the maximum marks in the exam. Doing the easy ones first, leaving the more challenging ones to be done a little bit later. All the best for your exam. Do well. The Lord Almighty will help you. Thanks for watching.